All right, so you went through this week's content and you're ready for the lab. So for this week's lab, we're going to go to S3. So you should already know how to navigate right to the different services. And then we're going to click on the create bucket. We're going to keep a lot of the default options. We're not going to set up any access control lists. Remember, that's if you want to control traffic, right? You can control traffic into these buckets, like who has access to it. There's also the public access. Do you want to make this bucket public, or do you want to just block all public access? We're going to keep that set to the default. We're going to keep all these default as well. Really just going to give it a name. Keep the region as well, right? We're trying to keep it under the free tier. There is a global namespace, so there are certain rules for naming your buckets. Here are some things you can do. For example, you can't start with XN, S3, because it's going to conflict with other Amazon names. For the most part, if you follow the naming convention I gave you for this lab, it should not be taken. So for example, I type in my name there, looks good. So I can go ahead and hit create bucket here at the bottom. All right, so I have my Amazon S3 bucket. So if I want to see the details of my bucket, I can just click on it. I have my metadata, properties, permissions, metrics, management, just a bunch of details on it. We're focused more on the objects. And then of course, we're gonna upload our own object. So here, I want you to upload your own file. So you can add a file, you can add an entire folder. For this lab, make sure to review the instructions, right, on what type of file I want you to upload. You're gonna hit there on add a file and add your own file there. So for now, I'm just gonna do it's just a random file in my downloads. Let's go with this PDF form. We're gonna hit upload. And then if you wanna see the details of that particular object, right? Remember, this is object-based storage. In these S3 buckets, you can just close there. And then you can see right in my objects category, I can see my file here. Now, if you want to see the individual files permissions, for example, right, which is required for this week, you can just go ahead and click right here on the link. And then you can see the actual permissions here, right? Some useful informations. You can see who has permissions to read and write, read, access control. Here we can see that everyone, the public access, they don't have any permissions, right? For example. So yeah, that's S3 buckets. Pretty simple. Definitely feel free to experiment, right? You can upload more files. You can see how it works, right? Definitely click on the other tabs. You can see the properties, right? All the details. The object has a URL, right? So if you need to request that information, it's all there, right? From another service. If you want to say, hey, I want to download that PDF, right, from my application from another client, it's all possible right here in AWS Cloud. So yeah, here's my bucket again. That's the name of my bucket. You'll be doing the same thing for this lab. And of course, you'll be answering some question on bucket pricing, because that's kind of a big deal in this intro course, is learning the different pricing formats, what's cheap and what's not. That's it for this lab. If you have any questions, as always, feel free to reach out. Office hours, email. I prefer Canvas inbox just because email, your message can kind of get buried deep into my inbox, right? I do get a lot of emails. So definitely recommend Canvas inbox. The worst thing you can do though is, not watch my videos, not ask for help. Then you're gonna kind of get stuck, right? Not knowing what to do. So yeah, make sure you do reach out for help when you need it. It's very, very important. Part of your student responsibility. So yeah, good luck with the lab and do not hesitate to reach out.